We are either in a storm, stepping into a storm, or coming out of a storm. Here's the question: how do you navigate through the storms of life to find your way back? Back to strength, peace, increase, and success. Today's topic is emotional GPS: how to navigate through what you go through. Let's talk about it. You know what's up. Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm yours truly, your host with the most, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor to include you and that you are joining us today for an amazing show that we're going to have. We're going to have a conversation of illumination. Let's first hit that thumbs up button. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video, family. That helps us to grow our channel as we grow your greatness. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. Also, be sure to drop some light bulb emojis in the chat so that we can have this conversation of illumination, this courageous conversation of illumination. Yeah, let's light it all the way up. Let's brighten it up in here. Let's turn it all the way up another notch. We too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. And let's spotlight, let's highlight today's topic, which is entitled Emotional GPS: how to navigate through what you go through. You know, I opened up the show mentioning that we're either in a storm, we're stepping into a storm, or we're coming out of a storm, and we have to find our way to navigate our life through the rough terrain of what it is that we go through. You know, because we're going to have trials, we're going to have tribulations, we're going to have setbacks and situations, but those situations don't have to have us. And too many of us, when it comes to our storm, we're telling God how big our storm is rather than telling our storm how big God is. We got to speak to the particular storm in our life. We got to speak to that particular situation. Either in a storm, just left a storm, or headed towards one. And most of us approach adversity and hardship, the storms of life, as if the situation is happening to us, right? Life is happening to us, rather than having the mindset to say, you know what? Life is not just happening to me. Life is happening for me. Come on, family, just type, it's all good. Type, it's all good. It's all good. Why? Because I'm going to see that it's all God in the midst of this situation. I'm going to see that all things work together for the good. I'm going to see that weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Either in a storm, left a storm, or headed towards a storm. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. Adversity does not happen to you. Rather, adversity happens for you. And here's the thing. Can you find strength in the storm? Where's your emotional GPS taking you? When you feel as if life is caving in, the walls are closing in, depression has you in a chokehold, do you go into that direction and lean into that aspect and hit emotional potholes because your emotional GPS is wrong? And here's the thing. If you lean to your own understanding, you'll fall. But if you trust God, you can stand tall through it all. Trust the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. Your own understanding says, you know what? Hey, this is the way it's going to be. Hey, I'll never get out of this situation. It's never going to turn around for me. Everybody else is getting blessed, but what about me? It's not going to happen for me. This keeps happening to me, versus having the mindset say, listen, this is happening for me. Come on, family, share this with somebody. Share this with somebody. Somebody needs this. Somebody's in some place of mental discombobulation. Somebody's in a storm. Somebody's dealing with the pressures of life. Share this with somebody. Your timeline could be someone's lifeline. Adversity does not happen to you. Adversity happens for you. You have to take off the pity party hat. You have to stop crying, woe is me. You have to, I need you to hear me, get rid of the victim mentality. And here's what you have to embrace. You have to embrace victory identity. That's what it's going to either be. Victim mentality or victory identity. When that takes place, when you're renewed in your mind, when you're not conformed to this world, but you're transformed by the renewing of your mind, here's what happens. You begin to change the way that you look at things, and the things that you look at change. When you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at change. And here's the thing. When you change the way that you look at things, in order for you to change the way that you look at things, first begins with you changing. There's some changing that you got to do. You can't have the same mindset and look at things differently. When you change, how about you put a period right there? How about you put an exclamation point right there? When you change. Right? Because the way that you look at things are not going to change until you change your mindset. The way that you look at things is not going to change until you change your outlook about the situation of what it is that you're going through. Until you change your perception and your perspective. Until that shifts. The way that you look through life and the lens that you look through life is not going to change. Cancer didn't happen to me. It happened for me. Yeah, as a survivor of stage 4 cancer. Cancer didn't happen to me. It happened for me. You got to say to yourself, listen, depression's not happening to me. Depression's happening for me. I'm going to overcome this particular depression. I'm going to overcome this particular situation. I'm not bitter. I'm better. I'm better, not bitter. Failure is an event, not a person. Stop seeing yourself as a failure. Stop forecasting your situation simply because of a failure. Stop forecasting your future simply because of failure. And the problem is, so many people make their calamity their identity. Come on. You may have had a slip up moment. You may have had a tough moment. You may have had a negative moment. Certain situations may not have happened the way that you wanted them to happen for you, but it does not mean that you're a failure as a result of it. You're not a failure. You're an overcomer. Come on, family, just type, I'm an overcomer. Come on, type, I'm an overcomer. Yeah, type, I'm an overcomer. I will recover because I'm an overcomer. I'm going to overcome this situation. I'm going to overcome that particular loss. I'm going to overcome the struggle. I'm going to overcome the setback. Why? Because I'm navigating my emotional GPS the right way. And here's what I have to do. In order for me to navigate the emotional GPS the right way, this is what I got to do. I got to let Jesus take the wheel. Why? Because you keep giving people the keys to drive you crazy. You keep driving yourself into depression. Keep driving yourself into suicidal ideation and wanting to unalive yourself. You keep driving yourself back to where you don't need to go. A comeback is not a go back. A comeback is not a go back. You didn't just revive and stay alive and overcome for you to go back to where it is that you were and what it is that you were doing and who it is that you were. You got to get that emotional GPS the right way, because here's the thing. If you don't get your emotional GPS the right way, you're always going to be a thermometer rather than a thermostat. People are always going to offset your emotions. You're going to start one thing today and want to quit it the next day. No consistency emotionally. Nothing but negativity, nothing but upheaval emotionally. You're going to have to navigate through what you go through, and that takes the emotional GPS. Here's what the GPS is. It's God's positioning system. There it is. It's God's positioning system. Am I in position to hear from God, to act on what it is that he wants me to act on? And do I have systems in place to walk that out? Strategy, structure, solutions, and systems is going to take you to another dimension. That's why it's so important for you to be in a group, in an amazing cohort, in a circle of greatness like ours, which is what we call the Eagles Academy. You know, whenever I have my apparel on, it's on. That's right. We got class tonight. Yeah. Want you to make sure that you take some time to become a part of my Eagles community. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. And here's what happens. The transformation of what it is that you get, the growth of what it is that you experience internally and interpersonally, the growth in your business, the growth in your ideas, your impact and your influence, how you're able to develop, how you're able to really navigate storms in life simply because you have systems in place, systems to maneuver in your business, systems to market what it is that you need and what it is that you want to see come to fruition. Things don't just happen overnight. You have to have systems in place. And the Eagles Academy shows you how to do that with our live coaching sessions where I'm mentoring, I'm coaching you in our group setting, on our Zoom, where I'm teaching, I'm coaching, I'm training, I'm showing you the steps, the tools, and the principles of what it is to employ in our private Facebook group. Also, in regard to getting access to every session that we've ever done, the Eagles Nest reflections of what it is that I give you personalized feedback. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you will be transformed. You're also being transformed on the In the Mix show. Come on, you're watching In the Mix, but you're not a member of In the Mix. Let's do something about that, family. All you have to do is tap the link in the description of this video, tap the link in the chat. You'll see three aspects pop up: VIP, royalty, OQP. Choose one of those three. My gift to you is to give you access to our members only area. As we're talking about emotional GPS, navigating through what it is that we go through, we have to understand that I have to be connected to God's positioning system. When I have the direction and the ordinance and what it is that God has instructed me to do, here it is. I let him take the wheel. I understand that a setback is a setup for a greater comeback. And the comeback is not for me to go back, but it's for me to move forward by any means necessary. It's for me to learn certain things. Is not for me to just say, oh, what is happening to me and why is this happening to me? Is in many cases the place of what do I need to learn? Failure is not fatal, and failure is not final. Failure is an event. Failure is not you. I don't care what anybody ever told you. You're not a failure. You're not less than. You have what it takes. You have been created to be more than a conqueror. You were created to be a dominator of your space and of your purpose. You were created to be a trendsetter, a trailblazer, a mover and a shaker, a history maker, a record breaker. You have to overcome the conflict in your mind and navigate through the right space so that you can grow through what you go through. I'm coming back because I got more for you. Would you stick and stay? More's on the way. After these messages, I'll be right back. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly. Yeah, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content and all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to the eaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now. accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday, 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays, Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. And we're talking about emotional GPS. I have to express that we're talking about emotional GPS, how to navigate through what you go through. Family, we've been having a courageous conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. You know I'm here to empower you, to inspire you, to encourage you. And I told you, failure is not an event. Failure is an event, not a person. Failure is an event, not a person. So many people confuse their calamity with their identity. So many people make their calamity their identity simply because their emotional GPS is off. It's not an emotional God's positioning system, GPS, God's positioning system, because emotions are not bad to have. Emotions are just bad leaders. Emotions can wreck your life if you don't corral them, if you don't get control of them. And so many people make their calamity their identity. They say, oh, I'm divorced, I'm broke, I'm depressed, I'm a hopeless romantic. And here's what you have to do. You got to be careful of the words you use after I am. Why? Because whatever you follow after the term I am speaks to the lot of your life. You will have whatever you say because that now speaks to your identity. You say you're divorced, you're broke, you're a mess, you're depressed, you're a hopeless romantic. Got to be careful of those words. Whatever you put after the words I am becomes your destiny. Whatever you put after the words I am becomes your identity. You're going to either say I am a failure or you're going to say I am a conqueror. You're going to either say I am depressed or you're going to say I am blessed. You got to watch your words because your words create your world. What you speak into the atmosphere will appear. Your future or your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. You keep saying I'm divorced. No, you went through a divorce. Stop saying I am broke. No, you endured being broke. Stop saying I'm depressed. No, you just struggled with depression. You overcame that, but your calamity will not become your identity. As you speak life over your life. Come on, family, just type speak life. Type speak life. Enough death has been spoken over you. You've spoken enough death about yourself. Now I want you to speak to the depth of who you are. Oh, I like that. Enough death has been spoken over you. It's time to now speak to the depth of who it is that you are. Your depth is greater than death. Your depth will put a negative mentality to death. Heard somebody say, failure is fertilizer. Yeah, failure is fertilizer. It stinks, but it makes things grow faster in the future. Failure stinks. Yeah, but failure is fertilizer. Being broke stinks, but being broke was the fertilizer. Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail. I just learned 10,000 ways that didn't work when it came to creating the light bulb. Michael Jordan said, the reason I succeed is because I failed. He said, I've missed over 10,000 shots in my life. Many times he's been trusted to hit the last game-winning shot. He didn't make them all. He missed plenty of times, but he didn't stop shooting. He said, I failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Because failure became the teachable moment. Failure produced a tenacity internally to say, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to get it. Why? Because somebody's waiting for me to become who I am so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you or I make them wait? Family, just type the wait is over. Type the wait is over. Type now is the time. Failure's fertilizer. It's going to make things grow faster in the future. Fertilizer grows green things. And here's the thing. When we see something or we see someone who has a greener life, more money, better marriage, you got to know that there's a lot more fertilizer over there too. There's some fertilizer over there that you don't see. There's some manure over there that made them a doer over where you see that they are right now. Adversity and hardship comes to make our lives greener. Adversity and hardship comes to make our lives greener. It comes to make our lives better. It comes to make our lives more abundant. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, when you really think about failure, there really is no failure. It's only feedback. It's only feedback. I'm able to gauge what worked, what didn't work. That now gives me feedback for me to do something different. Miss a shot. Generally, you shooting the ball and you practicing your shot. Here it is. You're going to try it again. You're going to correct your mechanics. You're going to follow through. Michael Jordan told this story before. Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Utah Jazz in 1998. Michael felt like he just kept coming up short on his shot. He wound up hitting the game winner to win the series and the championship. And as he hit his last shot, he posed in the air, following through on his shot. It's as if he knew it was going to be his last shot in the Bulls uniform. And he took that shot and he posed to let the world know, hey, this is it in my Bulls uniform. The interviewer, the reporter asked him, he said, hey, were you posing at the end? Michael said, I wasn't posing. I just kept coming up short on my shot. And I was just trying to follow through. Put a little oomph on it. Put a little English on it. Wanted to make sure that the ball got through the net. And here's the thing. Sometimes we come up a little short. Sometimes we're missing on what it is that we're shooting for. But here's the question to you. Are you going to correct the mechanics to follow through? Are you going to correct the mechanics to try it again, to course correct and follow through and not allow your emotional GPS to offset you on the path towards your promise and your prosperity and your potential and your purpose? What are you going to do? Are you going to just give up? Are you just going to quit? Are you just going to throw in the towel? Or are you going to navigate through what you go through? Come on, family, just type this. Type find a way. Find a way to win. Find a way to overcome. Find a way to be blessed. Find a way to have joy. Find a way to have peace. Find a way to get to your destination. Find a way to regulate your emotions. Find a way not to be a thermometer, but to be a thermostat. Find a way to navigate through the tough terrain and the rain and the storms of life. Find a way to understand that failure is fertilizer. Failure is feedback. Find a way to have some gratitude and make that your attitude. Find a way to say, listen, I'm overcoming a victim mentality and I'm adopting a victory identity. Let me help somebody. Find a way to say, I'm overcoming a victim mentality and I'm adopting a victory identity. That's what I got to do. I got to be gracious. I got to understand that I can't move into a place of ingratitude. I got to have gratitude because that's an appreciative perspective about life. I got to use gratitude as an emotional GPS. Yeah, GPS, God's positioning system. Gratitude's positioning system. Despite the mess of what it is that I've been experiencing, I have to train the GPS of my emotions to find my way back to joy despite pain. Yeah. I got to do a U-turn away from pain back to joy. Can you find a way? Can you find your way back to peace in the midst of pressure? Can you choose gratitude? And gratitude says, I choose to see the good despite what's not so good. I choose to see the good in the midst of a bad situation. Family, just type GPS. Type GPS. God is navigating you through what it is that you're going through. God is empowering you. God is encouraging you. God is inspiring you. God is letting you know that weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. That's the GPS. The GPS. Yes. Nay, in all these things, you're more than a conqueror. The GPS is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The GPS is me reading his manual so that I can manifest my destiny, so I can manifest my purpose, so I can manifest through the storm and the rain, the trial and the pain, and overcome by any means necessary. That's what it's all about. Navigating through what it is that I go through so I can get to where God wants me to be. I don't have to waste time. I can take the right route. I can get on the right exit. I can move in the right particular path and I can make it to my destination. I want to speak to you. Despite what it is that you've been going through, despite the hurdles and the hiccups, despite the traffic, despite the accidents, despite the emotional potholes of what it is that you've been experiencing, despite all of the rigmarole on the road of life, I want to let you know that there's still abundant life for you, that you're going to make it through. God didn't bring you this far to only bring you this far, but forward ever, backward never. You've come this far by faith, leaning on the everlasting arms of the Lord. You're going to make it. You're going to live to see it happen, and it's going to be big. I want you to sow a seed into this word that you've heard even right now. Emotional GPS, how to navigate through what you go through. Yeah, God's going to empower you to stay in your lane. You're not going to crash. You're going to make it to your destination with revelation, inspiration, and determination. Once you sow into the word that you've heard, it's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. And I know that for somebody, as you're sowing into this word, whether it's your $10 seed, whether it's your $20 seed, whether it's your $50 seed, whether it's your $100 seed, that this is empowering you to make it through. It's been rough. It's been stormy. It's been cloudy. It's been rainy in your life. But I'm believing, I'm joining my faith to yours, that you're going to make it through this particular storm of what it is that you're going through. Your tears are literally watering the seed for your harvest. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And despite all the pain, I believe this is your season to dance in the rain. Are you hearing me? Despite all of your pain, this is your season to dance in the rain and experience joy once again. Once you sow into this word that you've heard, you can do that. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Cash App, $Access Identity. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. Cash App, $Access Identity. PayPal, Zelle, which is EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. I'm believing that God's going to do 30, 60, 100 fold in your life, exceedingly abundantly, above all that you can ask or even think. I believe it's getting ready to be a mind-blowing blessing. Come on, family. If you believe that, just type mind-blowing blessing. Type mind-blowing blessing. Come on, even as you're sowing your seed, there's a mind-blowing blessing hitting your house. Even as you sow your seed, there's a mind-blowing blessing that's hitting your body and your family. There's a mind-blowing blessing that's hitting your finances. There's a mind-blowing blessing that God is downloading to increase your ideas for income, your contacts for contracts. There's a mind-blowing blessing that's happening even right now. Somebody is speaking your name in rooms that your feet haven't stepped into for you to have the opportunity. There's a mind-blowing blessing for you once you sow into this word that you've heard. Thank you again for giving on Cash App. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super sticker. $Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. Want to give a sincere salute to all of you who are, a member of In the Mix. Don't count it for granted. Don't take it for granted. I don't gloss over it. I appreciate it. I have gratitude for it. We can tell that you're a member simply because of your color-coded comments there. You got, a color block on your name, and we're appreciative for that. You're watching The Mix, but some of you still have not become a member of In the Mix. Let's change that. Let's do something about that. All you have to do is tap the link in the description, the link in the video, link in the live chat. And as you do that, it's going to give you 3 options: VIP, royalty, OQP. Choose one of those options. You're a very important person with a very important purpose. Your royalty demands loyalty, king, queen. And then, of course, OQP. Only quality people. Only quality people connect to that as a matter of fact. And of course, as you choose one of those specific options, my gift to you is to give you access to our In the Mix membership area, rather. Get access to that, and you're going to be able to see some behind the scenes information, access of what it is I don't share necessarily here, which is my community service content area. Of course, in the mix connects to the Eagles community as well. I want you to soar with us into our Eagles community, where we go further and farther than we do on In the Mix, than we do in the behind the scenes. This is the preeminent way that you can partner with me and become an Eagles Academy member. TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. I want to empower you. I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you. I want to coach you. I want to mentor you. And it all takes place in our Eagles community area. TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button. Fill out the form. Guarantee you're going to be transformed. Family, did you enjoy this? Did you get something from this? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel like, hey, I can run on and see what the end is going to be? Yeah. Because I've got God's positioning system internally within me. If you believe it, just type I'm blessed. Type I'm blessed. Type I'm blessed. Yeah, type I'm blessed. Family, In the Mix is out of time, but trust me, I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. While we're here on the YouTube side, hit that thumbs up button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, yes, we mix it up on the YouTube side, but also on our sister satellite stations on social media. And I got to give a sincere salute to all of you who have been watching. Got to ask you, are we locked in? Are you my friend? Step this way, step that way. Which way am I talking about? My friending me and following me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. Friend me, follow me. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I want you to show up because I'm personally inviting you to receive a word from me as I serve as the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Church in the city of Detroit. Yeah. Join us at the Remnant Worshipers Ministry. Join us at our church. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. God has an amazing word for you. It's word and worship. It's prayer, praise, and a powerful preached word each and every single Sunday. And then also we have prayer at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. And then after prayer at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, we shift right into TNT Bible class. TNT Tuesdays is what we call it. Truth and Transformation on Tuesdays. So I want you to join us at the Remnant Worshipers Church. You say, well, I'd love to be there. Where is it at? I'm so glad that you asked. 20470 Hubble Street. I'm saving you a seat. 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit. I'm saving you a seat. Check us out. Check out our website, trwchurch.org. You can get some church merch there as well. You can watch past services, Bible studies, all of the above. It's going to be a blessing to you. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate. Please reach out to me. Get any of my books on Amazon. I got 18 of them out there. You can also get signed copies at the eaglesacademy.com/books. Add me to your library. Ebook, audiobook, hard copies, they're all there. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you look any further? You know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. And yeah, we're going to move into a place of perfection too. Email me to invite me. info@eddieconnor.com. info@eddieconnor.com. And it'll be an honor for me to empower you. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand. Your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know, brother, got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly. Yeah, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content and all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now. accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday, 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays we have TNT Tuesdays, Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.